What I'm going to be explaining to you today is potentially one of the most valuable videos on this channel, or it may even be the most valuable depending on how you look at it and depending on how this impacts your life. Now, I'm telling you this because this is something that your father should have taught you, okay? And this is something that your grandpa or your grandfather should have taught your father. This is things your dad should have taught you, okay? Because the way that men are going right now is failing them in every way, shape, and form. So this is what I mean. You have to listen to me, and you have to listen to me very close, because I have tons of notes right here, and I'm going to deliver this in a way that I'm hoping will impact your life in a way that you have never looked at before. If your dating life is bad, if you have had poor experiences in your dating life, if your life is not necessarily headed in the direction that you want it to go as a man, you have to understand this. Modern women are not the problem with your dating life. Male passiveness is. Say this with me one more time. Modern women are not the problem inside of your dating life. Male passiveness is. You have been conditioned, whether it be mentally or whether it be socially, whether it be through social, what's considered normal socially, you have been conditioned to be passive. You've been conditioned to be lackadaisical, conditioned to sit back, kick back, and chill. Not go after what you want. Not say what you want to say. Not act how you want to act. Not operate how you want to operate. Now, this is very bad. And this is not only very bad because this emasculates a man, but you will literally go to bed every single night thinking about the communication pattern and the communication style that you use that is shy, timid, or passive, and you will notice that it never leads to you getting what you want. This is what I mean. You need to think about this closely. We are headed into December. It's 2023. 2023 is coming to an end. In 2023, obviously it's coming to an end. You have to understand this. You passed on your future wife 50 times this year, but you were too shy or you were too passive to say hello. Now say that with me one more time. You passed on your future wife, your future girlfriend, the girl you have a crush on. You passed on that woman 50 times this year because you couldn't even look at her and say hello. Okay, think about this. Every time you went shopping to get groceries, every single time you went to the gym, every single time you went shopping for new clothes, every single time you went out with friends, every social event, every social gathering, every birthday party, everything that you did this year, every beautiful woman that you saw, she may or may not be single, but you'll never know. She may even looked at you and thought you were attractive. She may have even been into you. You probably passed up on that opportunity 50 times over this year, because this is what's happening to men, is men are passive. Men are shy. Men are too scared to even talk. Men have went mute. Look around. They just sit there. Think about this at a deep level. Modern women are not the problem. The reason being is because women follow your lead. Women follow our lead. If we're not going to take the lead and be assertive or be the one actively doing the things that's going to stimulate conversation or lead somewhere, they are not going to take that lead. This is what I mean. 2023 is coming to an end. You probably passed up on your future girlfriend 50 times over this year, and this needs to sink in because you have to understand you have a limited number of heartbeats. You have a limited number of breaths of fresh air you get to take on this earth. Why? Because it's impossible to live forever. You have to understand that time is limited. If you want what you want out of this life, it's your job to go and get it. That means you need to talk. Women are craving communication. Women are wanting to communicate with a man. You have to understand this. You need to learn how to talk because women are craving communication. Women are wanting to talk. Women do not enjoy sitting behind the screen or the computer talking over the phone either. The reason being is because we are social beings. Now, you have to understand, when you are limiting your communication to what you say. You want to know why you don't get a text message back on these dating apps? Because they can't hear you. Women are sensitive to tone. Women are sensitive to frames of value of how that guy's able to present himself. So she can't feel anything. So this is like a big cheat code that you can actually use to your advantage, because when you communicate as a man, women fall in love with words and how those words make them feel. Even you just saying hello, when you say hello and she gets to hear your vocal tone, she gets to look you in the eyes, she gets to see if you smiled, this is how a woman slowly starts to like you. But it takes real human-to-human interaction. You passed up on your future wife 50 times this year because you didn't say hello, okay? Now, I'm making this point because this passiveness, like this element of passiveness, this element of being weak, this element of not going after what you want, this element of being shy and being reserved, this element of being scared of everything, okay? This passiveness stems into every single area of your entire life. Okay, here's what I mean. That business that you want to start, that you tell yourself every single year you're going to, you don't. You don't, because you've been conditioned to be passive. You sit back and you wait. You tell yourself, well, I'm not good enough. You tell yourself, well, it's not the right opportunity. You tell yourself, well, it's not the right time. Do you understand this? That body that you've told yourself that you're going to build and you're going to get in the best shape ever, you don't. Because you wait. And you tell yourself, oh, I'm not feeling like it today. It's not the right time. The girl you have a crush on, you don't even say hi. Okay? It is so easy today to win because men literally don't try. That girl you have a crush on, you don't even say hi, which means you reject yourself before even giving her the opportunity to reject you. Which means you don't even try. Most men today literally don't try. This is called being passive. This is called being emasculated. This is called being in your feminine energy. This is not good. Now, this passiveness, what it looks like in the real world is it looks like excuses. Okay? When that dude wants to build his body in the gym, he tells himself, oh, I've been working a lot. When that guy wants that girl, she had headphones in, man. Let's use another one. She was with friends. She was with her mom. She was with her brother. She was with a male friend who might be her boyfriend, or it might be her brother, or it might be her cousin. I don't know, but I'm not going to approach anyways. She was with people. Now let's reverse it. She was alone, so I thought it'd be weird since we're both shopping for groceries. I couldn't say hi because, it's by herself. I'm by myself too. Oh, I'm with my friends. I'm in a social group. It's going to look low value if I talk to her because I'm not focusing on my friends. Now you're out alone. Oh, it looks low value because, I'm not around anybody. I got no social status, no pre-selection. Do you understand this? That's called passive. That's called bullshit. That's called excuses. You don't say hi because you're passive. When you want to build that business, you say, yeah, man, I'm working 45 hours a week. I can't find the time. You still own a gaming console. You still have subscriptions to movies. You still sit back and kick back. You have time to do all of this other stuff, but you don't go after what you actually want. In the real world, here's what male passiveness looks like. Excuses. Bullshit excuses. You can get anything and everything you want out of this world if you tell yourself that the way that the majority of people live is wrong. How do you know it's wrong? Look at their life results. Are they happy? Are they where they want to be? Do they have what would make them fulfilled? Or are they sitting back trapped, waiting and waiting and waiting until one day they're old? This is important to understand due to the fact that women desire their opposite. Say that with me again. Women want their opposite, okay? When she has her opposite in a male companion, that's called polarity, okay? Think of it this way. Man, active or assertive, goes after what he wants, initiates, the one who's the moving force, you're starting things. Women, passive, waiting, patiently, maybe he'll come along. Do you understand that women, when they go out shopping, when they go to the gym, when they go to, They're sitting there imagine this. A woman's nature is passive. She's sitting there waiting for you. She's sitting there waiting for a man to come along. She's sitting there waiting. Every day she wakes up. She still is not married. She still doesn't have kids. She still is single and childless, whatever the case may be. Whatever her relationship goals are, if she does not have them yet, imagine this. She wakes up every single day patiently waiting. She says, I hope I meet him today. When I go shopping today, I hope Mr. Perfect comes along. I hope, she's sitting there, she's going, I was at that party. We made eye contact for 2 full seconds. I looked at him. I flipped my hair. I smiled. I gave him every indicator that I wanted him to just come say hello. Couldn't even do it. And then she goes home every single night and she sits there and then she stares at her dating app messages and she clicks buttons and she looks at all these guys. And even if they look attractive, she can't feel anything because the feminine heart only feels something when there's vocal communication and tone of voice. And she looks at all of them and she goes, I don't even like these guys anyways. Of course she doesn't. She can't hear them. She can't see them. There's no personality. This is important to comprehend. Active and assertive. The masculine personality traits or archetype that make him attractive. Feminine, the opposite, waiting, passively for that man to initiate. This is very easy to comprehend when you realize everything that you desire in a companion, she desires her opposite. So you have to let go. You have to let go of every constraint mentally that you tell yourself. You have to let go of every single thing that you sell yourself on in your head, why you're not good enough or why you're not ready. Okay? Because, you sit back and you go, I'm not tall enough, my teeth aren't straight enough, I don't have the right sort of, whatever the case may be. In all of those times that you sell yourself on reasons why you're not good enough, the guy who sells themselves on the reasons why he is good enough usually just gets the win. That's the guy who makes the sale in business. That's the guy who gets the customer. That's the guy who builds his dream body. That's the guy who gets his dream girl. That's the guy who goes out and gets the sports car because he had a goal and he just went out and got it. Active, assertive, taking action, being okay with rejection, courage, risk. These are good things. These are concepts you have to internalize. So you need to let go. When you're sitting back and you're going, oh man, is this good game? Is this not good game? Did I say the right thing? Who gives a fuck? Who cares? Who cares? The fact that you actually do something is far more important than if everything's textbook correct. Who's going to even know if it's textbook correct? You could have something that looks correct and you could argue the point against it and say that was bad game. You could have something that's good game and you say that was bad game. You could have something that's bad game and a different guy goes, yeah, but that was actually pretty good because he did that. Dude, you need to just let go of whatever is holding you back and actually go after what you want. Because if you adapt that mindset, that is masculine. That is the I don't give a fuck mentality. That is, I live in my own world because I set my own rules for how I want to play my game. That is assertive. That is called taking action. So, you need to stop being afraid. If you approach a girl, here's what will happen. If you approach a woman, your dream woman, you're sitting there, you're like, oh man, you're at a restaurant. She's at a table with a different friend. Think of anything. You're at a social event, you're at a bar, you're at a party. You're at the gym. I don't care whatever scenario you want to play in your head. Here's what happens. When you have the balls to go and do it, the other girlfriends are jealous that they weren't chosen, and the other men that are around you watching automatically respect you and are envious because you have courage and they don't. It is a win-win regardless. You will notice typically when you go after what you want, not a lot of bad things happen. Typically, you get success momentum. That success momentum builds. You just keep accomplishing your goals, goal after goal after goal after goal after goal. You start to obtain. So, you're single because you don't talk to anyone. You make excuses. You say she had headphones in, she was with her mom, she wasn't with her mom, she was with her brother, that might have been her brother, that might have been her boyfriend, that might have been her dad, that might have been her cousin. Dude, there's 100 million reasons why something could go bad, and there's 1,000,001 reasons why something could go wrong. Here's how I know this is extremely important to internalize, okay? As a man ages, if you've ever talked to older men in their 70s, 80s, 90s, as a man ages, you will notice that his communication gets more direct and more masculine. Coffee, now. I want coffee. I want lasagna. Get this. Let's go bowling this day. How have you been? Direct. Why? Think about this. Old people tell you how it is because life, their lifespan or what they have left to live is shorter than yours. If you're watching this and your age is 20 to 30 or 40 or whatever the case may be, if they're elderly, their lifespan is shorter than what you have. That means they start to understand that time is limited to go and get what you want, and you only get what you want out of this life if you use your mouth and say it. You have to say what you want. You need to understand that every person's time is limited. You will not live forever, so your job is to go and get what you want out of life. This is why I am telling you, modern women today are not the issue. Your passiveness, your shyness, the ability to not let go and stay trapped, telling yourself you're socially awkward, that's what's crushing you. That's what's crushing your dating life. And you notice that starts to stem into every area in your life. It's all of a sudden harder for you to make friends. It's all of a sudden harder for you to accomplish your personal goals. It's all of a sudden harder for you to accomplish your career goals. It's all of a sudden harder for you to accomplish any goal because you become timid. You wait. And then you sell yourself on reasons why you're not good enough. You say, I wasn't blessed with that personality trait. Dude, no one's blessed with any personality trait. You build it or you don't. You build. Just like you can build your external, right? You build your body in the gym, you build the external, you can build the internal. You build your internal muscles. Your internal muscles is your personality. Your internal muscles is your ability to stay dedicated to something. Your internal muscles is the ability to do something and show courage, even if it scares you. Modern women are not the issue. Male passiveness is.